Hi there, everyone. So, as you're probably aware, exams are canceled. My understanding is, it's we want to continue to educate you guys, but the exams could probably be a little too stressful during a time like this. So, I think it is a good idea to cancel them, but at the same time, to continue learning and educating and keeping you guys in that rhythm. Really, it doesn't change too much for us, really. If we're looking at today, yesterday, I apologize. I didn't know the exams were going to be canceled. It was potentially discussed just because of the public boards, but we weren't 100% sure. So it wasn't like I was trying to trick you guys into doing a bunch of review for an exam that I knew you weren't going to have. This was news to me as well. So, um, so for the rest of this week, for you guys, your final project is now worth 30% of your grade. So it's obviously significantly weighted. So what I would recommend is that you send in a rough copy. Everybody can submit one rough copy from now until I'm gonna say until the original due date of the 15th. Just that way, it at least gives me a few days. I can send it back there. So you have until the 15th to send me a rough draft, and then your final project will be due now on the 19th. So the 19th right there. So you have 2 weeks exactly until it's due. It's due at 5 p.m. Eastern time, so that's not changing the deadline of the day. It's just going back 4 days. And then the 20th isn't actually a class day. It's just end of the school year. You're completely done after you submit that project. So you have that to look forward to. So what's changing though is we will have an end of the year quiz in place of the exam. Now that being said, the exam value is completely gone. The 20% for this class is now added to your final paper. And then this quiz will just go into the quizzes category. It won't be weighted any more than any other quiz, or significantly more. I might make it like just a slightly bit more weighted, but nothing ridiculous in there. And also, it's going to be only 20 multiple choice questions. And if you go through that entire exam review, I guarantee you that the questions are there. Studying that exam review when you were thinking of it as an exam, I obviously wanted you guys to answer each question, go over it, study those questions. Now, looking at it for this 20 multiple choice quiz that you'll have, I'm going to list it as the Monday activity, but I'm going to try and put it up on the Friday for you guys. So it'll be open from Friday and it'll close at the same time as your project is. Again, it's going to be 20 multiple choice. Every answer is in the review package, but I would use the review package now. I was just kind of skimming through it. Can you kind of spit out an answer about it? These 20 multiple choice, I think if you've truly practiced and learned everything from the semester at one point, you're going to look at them and it's just going to be instantaneous. If you review a little bit, do the Kahoots once or twice from now, even just really once, you'll definitely be fine for it. It's not meant to be, a hard quiz by any means, but I do want it to have some major topics from the year. So that being said, like I say, they're major topics. If you paid attention to it, it's going to be obvious details. It's not going to be something like I go back to the nutrition unit and say, what's the pairing for lactose, something we talked about, or who was the doctor who did the split brain research experiments, stuff we touched upon briefly. It'll be stuff like, maybe what is a good blood pressure reading? Something I think now that when you see all those options, you should be able to say, oh, I know it's that one, 120/80. So maybe there was a free answer for you. So that being said, how I think you should maybe work out this week here. So you're split into three sections, right? One per unit for the journal entries. So with that being said, I would just kind of try and do an entry per day for this week. And then next week you can kind of touch it up, send me your rough draft. I'll send you back some feedback on it. That being said, I'm not going to go through and edit everything and correct grammar or anything like that. This is a final project. You need to kind of take care of that on your own. When it's other stuff like that, I'm really looking forward to like building and helping you guys become better writers. You guys are specifically this class pretty good writers in general. So That being said, though, I can't have my hand that involved where I'm correcting it, so I'll just send you feedback. Maybe double check your grammar if it's something that's really bad. Like I mentioned, not a lot of you submitted some papers not a lot of you used spell check and submitted some papers where they went through without it. So make sure you utilize that. Even try an app from Grammarly. Maybe even send it to a friend for triple check after you've sent it to me. But I'll give you specific feedback and everything, but I'm just not going to be going through correcting every individual mistake. But I'll give you probably 5 to 7 little, you need to touch these up. Unless it's really good, then maybe I'll only give you 1 or 2. But that's kind of how I think this week's show. Obviously, Thursday you have your practice test. Like I said, it's a practice test. You complete it, you get 100. It's just more going towards making sure we had some in-depth questions on that Unit 3 stuff, because we did go into a lot of detail learning it, so I want to make sure that you guys get to reflect that in the curriculum. And then next week, I did put up Unit 1 and 2 unit review videos. So I would recommend, if you want, even just watch those before that end of the year quiz. And Unit 3 is probably pretty fresh in your head. So however you guys want to split up all those materials, I think you don't have to really indulge in all of them. Like I say, for this year-end quiz, it's 20 multiple choice that are topics and questions that if you truly took the time to learn them initially, I don't think it's going to be jaw-dropping or surprising to see these questions, or the answers are going to be pretty obvious to you. So, like I say, it's a good thing that the exams are canceled. There definitely would have been a lot different too online. So I'm a pretty big fan of this personally. Obviously, less marking, always gonna make a teacher happy. So with that being said, guys, I think pending another major change like an exam cancellation, should be probably the last time I talk to you guys. So best of luck with both your final project, which is due again at 5 p.m., the quiz, which will be 20 multiple choice, open from here until 5 p.m. on the same day. So that's your last day of school amongst all courses, is the 19th. So for those of you who are coming back next year, again, I know it's pretty up in the air with everything, but for those of you coming back to school next year, or if, again, in that ideal situation, I'll hopefully see you then. If you're going on to post-secondary, best of luck with that, and both were in hockey and academics. So that's it for the year, guys. Hopefully, maybe we have a couple changes or something. You never know. It's pretty fluid, but that's it.